You hear lots of warnings to slow down, never drink and drive, but how often are you warned about failing to yield? Austin's leaders are taking this problem much more seriously now, and just one ticket could cost you thousands more in fines. KXAN's Candy Rodriguez is live to explain this new process. Good morning, Candy.
Tom, good morning. Yeah, and when we're talking about failure to yield, I want to give you an example. Take, for example, this crosswalk here in East Austin. If you're a driver trying to turn and you fail to yield to a pedestrian in the crosswalk, that's failure to yield. If you're at a four-way stop and you go when it's not your turn and cause a crash, that's failure to yield. And this is all procedural change traffic safety experts say could have a big impact.
We have to figure out how to all live together.
For Jay Blazek Crossley, making sure everyone on the road is safe is his #1 priority. He's the director of Vision Zero Texas, an initiative with the goal to end all traffic deaths.
And people don't realize that it's, even just 2 times a day in the city of Austin, someone is hurt because of someone else failing to yield.
He's looking forward to city changes that will impact how failure to yield citations are handled.
So failure to yield is that one driver behavior that we're really trying to address related to injury crashes.
Officers have always been able to write notes about injuries on a citation, but this new process allows officers to flag citations, choosing options like failure to yield with injury or failure to yield with serious injury. That way, when the driver goes to court, the prosecutor will review the case and determine the proper penalties.
This gives us a chance to increase the fines, increase the penalties, and make sure that people are aware this is a serious thing and it's going to be taken seriously moving forward.
Fines could rack up to $4,000. Before, someone who received a citation could have faced a fine of just $200 and simply paid online.
So in a way, for the families that have been through this, like having their pain be on the record and part of the process is helpful. And so it means that people aren't getting out of things.
City transportation officials say failure to yield is one of the top 4 contributing factors when it comes to crashes involving deaths and serious injuries. And just taking a look at last year's numbers when it comes to those specific crashes, failure to yield makes up 16% of those. Back to you.
All right, up to $4,000. It's a lot of money. Thanks, Candy. Just last month, Candy showed us how a change to some of the city's intersections now gives pedestrians extra time to cross. They're called leading pedestrian intervals, or LPIs. You'll find a lot of them in the downtown area. This area makes up just 1% of the city's roads, but leaders say it accounts for more than 10% of crashes involving pedestrians. There are over 200 LPIs across the city.